Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Risqi Muhamad Arifin. My student number is 519100691. Today we will discuss about TAKPALA village, when located in Alor Island. Alor Island is one of the areas in the province of East Nusa Tenggara Timur, which has a very impressive charm of natural beauty and culture. Alor marine tourism destination is the most sought after by tourists, but domestic and foreign tourists. Alor Island has a number of the best diving spots which, because of their beauty, are able to attract the attention of the world. Half Moon Bay, Crocodile Rock, and several others are excellent destinations for underwater lover play. However, the beauty of Alor Island is not limited to the underwater world. Alor has a unique and authentic ancestral culture heritage, perhaps not even found in other parts of the world. This culture heritage that is live in the form of custom makes Alor first known to tourists as an island which has a traditional village with primitive life activity. Until now, we can find these activities in a cultural village called TAKPALA Village. TAKPALA Village began to be included since 1973 when a tourist from the Netherlands displayed photos of the traditional life of the villager on a calendar, thus attracting the attention of the other European tourists to visit this place. Since then, TAKPALA Village has become famous and visited by foreign tourism, even in their own country. Since 1980, this village has won second place in the most traditional village event in Indonesia. Furthermore, in 1983, the government of Alor Regency made TAKPALA Village an icon of Alor tourism. Now, the first thing we discuss is culture. The residents of TAKPALA Village inhabit 13 traditional houses named Falafoka. The traditional house resemble a pyramid-shaped stack roof with ridges, wall and floor of woven bamboo, supported by four sturdy wood. This traditional house is unique because there are 4 levels in each of this traditional house. The first level, are commonly called Liktaha, is a place to receive guests or gather together. The second level, commonly called Falahomi, is a bedroom and a room for cooking. The third level is Aquifoca, which is a place to store food reserve, such as corn and cassava, while the top level is called Aquikidi, which is a place to store dowries and valuables such as moko. Did you know moko? Moko is a valuable item on Alor Island, made of pottery and usually used as a bellies or wedding dowry. One moko is of fantastic value, So, it is often said that one moko is capable of marrying 3 girls. Among the 13 Falafoka hosts, there are 2 traditional hosts which are slightly smaller than the size of Falafoka hosts. However, despite having a smaller size, these 2 traditional hosts, commonly called Lopo, have a higher level of holiness than Falafoka hosts. In terms of shape, Rumah Lopo has walls made of woven bamboo, supported by 6 pieces of redwood. On the roof of the house, there is a crown that marks the sacredness of these 2 buildings. Lopo houses have 2 types, namely Kolwat and Kanurwat. The treatment of these 2 traditional houses is also different. Kolwat, which means woman, has a wall that is dominated by white color and can be entered by all villagers. Meanwhile, Kanurwat, which means male, has black walls and can only be entered by certain people, such as tua adat. Once a year, the door of the Kanurwat house will be opened for the benefit of traditional ritual and can only be opened by traditional elder through a traditional ritual process as well. In front of the traditional house of Kolwat and Kanurwat, there is an arrangement of stone made in a circle, which is usually used to store sacred objects such as moko, gong, or hunting equipment when performing traditional ritual. After we discuss culture, then we discuss the custom made by the people of TAKPALA village. The daily routine of the villager for men is farming and hunting, while women, especially mother, will weave and make handicraft such as a necklace, bracelet, ring made of forest walnut, lamtoro seed, root bahar, and bag made of woven bamboo, called fulak and kamun. The fulak bag is a rectangular bag for women, while the kamul bag for men is a rectangular bag made of woven bamboo. Both types of bag are commonly used to store money or betel nut. The thing we will discuss next is tradition. If you visit TAKPALA village, there is always a welcome with a traditional dance called the Lego dance. During this dance performance, all residents who inhabit this village will wear traditional clothes, accompanied by ornaments such as arrow and bow and machetes for men, and fulak bag and bracelet on both legs for women. When welcoming tourists, usually the type of dance used is the Lego dance, followed by a war dance called Lego Cakalele Duka, which is exhibited by 2 adult men holding bow and arrow and sword as if they are about to fight, as well as the closing dance performed by all family members. Tourists will be allowed to join in this dance, with hand in hand rotating around the mesbah stone. However, this welcoming dance will be performed if the arrival of visitor is conveyed to the adat elder before arriving at the TAKPALA village. In addition to welcoming dance, in TAKPALA village also regularly hold a garden cutting ritual every October to November we preparing field for planting corn. Every December is a ritual to start planting. The first cleansing ritual is held every January, and the second cleansing ritual is carried out from March to April. In May to June is the corn harvest and ritual slaughter of cows. After we discussion about tradition, then we will discuss to the typical food of TAKPALA village. Actually, there are a lot of food that come from the TAKPALA village, but this time I will only introduce 4. The first is banana heart and papaya flower soup. This vegetable is a typical food that must be tried when visiting Alor. This banana heart vegetable is made using the heart of a banana tree that is cut into pieces and then mixed with papaya flower, then salted using various spices to strengthen the taste. Next is hair cake or kue rambut. This one snack, as the name implies, is the form of a hair roll with a brownish color. The price is also quite affordable and can be obtained in traditional market at a price of 5,000 rupiah. Usually already get the 3 large hair cakes or kue rambut. This hair cake is a typical Alor snack made from a mixture of rich flour, palm sugar, salt, sap, cooking oil, and water mixed into a dough. Then the dough is printed with a shell that has been previously cut. The taste of this haircut is not too sweet, even though it's a bit sticky. The hair cake does have a strong smell. Number 3 is Bose corn. Bose corn is processed corn porridge made from corn. It's not complete to visit Alor without tasting Bose corn, because Bose corn is a traditional food and this typical of East Nusa Tenggara. This Bose corn contains a mixture of corn, red bean, peanut, and there is a mixture of sea meat that is suitable to be enjoyed with grilled fish. Number 4 is corn titi. Titi corn is a typical souvenir that you could say is popcorn from East Nusa Tenggara, because it tastes like popcorn but look like chips. After we discuss about typical food, next we will discuss about what can we do and what can be done in TAKPALA village. There are interesting things when tourists visit TAKPALA village, because tourists are allowed to take pictures using traditional TAKPALA village clothes, along with every attribute they have, be it a bow, arrow, spear, camel bag, and sword for men or woven cloth, scarves and fulak bags for female visitor. There is a fee, but it depends to agreement between the tourist and the clothing owner. But when visiting the TAKPALA village, we are prohibited from arbitrarily entering the traditional house there. Not all of the traditional house in the TAKPALA village can be entered by everyone. There are some traditional hosts that cannot be entered by everyone, including Kanuruat and Kolwat, because both are considered sacred in the TAKPALA village. Okay, maybe it's enough from me. If I have any mistake, I'm so sorry. Thanks for watching and see you